Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, so we've got azalea, pyracantha and continuasta on this piece of bogwood, and we've also got this plant here growing, which if anybody watched my videos before, you'll have seen me clearing that off a few trees before. I bought a little tiny pot of it years ago, thinking it'd make a nice little underplanting, and it just spreads. I don't know how it manages to spread, but somehow it spreads from tree to tree, and if you leave it, it'll cover the whole bench and all. Okay, so you see the pyracantha is not doing great because probably lack of water being up here. It's just growing. This wood has got kind of a split like that in it, and it's just growing in that crack. And same with this pyracantha, continuasta, but this roots for this are coming down into the tray down below, because I don't think the roots for this are making it all the way down into the tray. So as you can see, this guy is taking off, so we need to prune him back and just give the whole thing a bit of a clean up. I'm surprised how well this is doing, considering it's got such a little tiny pocket to grow in. But again, maybe the roots from it have managed to find their way down into the tray below, but we'll see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of as much of this as I can get rid of. A slug there as well. Get him out there. Stuff you can see. So this wood, I don't think this wood is bog oak. This is probably yew or something like that. It's not as solid as bog oak is. The piece I have of bog oak is far more, it's almost like coal, it's so rock hard. But this is a little bit softer, still extremely hard, and this has lived in a fish tank for years and years, and it was out in the garden for years, and now it's got trees on it. Yeah, you can see the roots here in the sand. Let's move it back a little bit so you can see. You can see the roots here are growing around the base of the pot, so I'll leave that in there, that sand, because it's just kind of helping feed this. Just get rid of the majority of this stuff. I don't mind it, as long as it doesn't take over the place. Just want to keep on top of it, so I know it will cover your trees and everything. Again, I have no moss to replace any of this old dead moss at the moment, so I just have to leave it until we've had some rain for a few days and my moss collecting areas are filled up with fresh moss again. At the moment, it's all, everywhere I go, it's all dry and crunchy. It's hard to collect it when it's really dry into they're collected out of stone walls and things. And when it's growing out the cracks, it's hard to kind of get out when it's dry. And it clings to the rocks a bit, so it's best to wait till it's softened up and growing again. Okay, so that's got rid of a lot of that anyway. So let's have a look at the trees now. To the pyracantha, and first of all I'll get rid of this branch so we can see what we're doing. The pyracantha, like I said, struggling a bit because of the lack of water it's getting, I would say. It has put out quite a bit of fruit, alright. I have other pyracanthas which are bigger than this, don't have that much fruit, so it seems to be able to fruit without water but easy enough. But as for growing, apart from that one branch, the rest of it's not really doing anything. At least now I've cleared off this stuff, we can maybe, it'll get a bit more water on it. I'd say a lot of the water's been deflected. You can see how dry this is here as well. I'm shocked how well this is doing. So this is an even smaller space. I can't see if the roots are growing down into the tray or not. It's definitely doing a bit better than the pyracantha. Fire thorn is known as well. Okay, so I'm just basically getting rid of some of the dead leaves off this. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to do anything else with that either. The yellow ones we can get rid of. We'll just leave that alone. I can just flower away there. Could maybe just, I think I might just take out this top one here. And maybe this one. Just to kind of reduce it in height so it's not interfering with the one above. Okay, so now we'll get on to this guy. This branch here, I think let's just reduce it right back first. It's kind of grown back over the trunk. So we'll reduce it back and see how it looks. I don't know if I want to keep it or not. I'm going to reduce it back even more. Because it does have a kind of interesting trunk, so I don't want it to be too hidden. Bring these guys back. A couple going in here off the branches. There's one in there, we can get rid of that. Okay, now this guy down here, there's one growing straight up there, we can take that one out. This one up here is kind of interfering with it, so I'll take that one back. And this one as well. And we can just go in here, reducing this one back a bit. And reduce it back to there. So that's them two branches sorted out. This branch here, I don't think we need this, we'll get rid of that one. So that's the bottom sorted out. Now, let's see what we've got up here. This wondering, do we need this big branch here? Should I take that one out completely? I think I will. I'm going to get rid of that one right back. I'm going to start kind of creating more pads now if I can. What I have. Try and get it to push out the side branches. Branch in here, crossing, so we'll get rid of that whole branch as well. So if we keep working up, something got me, I think. One on the top there, we'll get rid of that one. Let's just take this one right off for now, and this one. Let's see what we're left with. Take that off. We'll take this one right back, and this one right back as well. One coming down, we'll get rid of that. Okay, so that's kind of got us another little pad there. Now, let's see, we've got one in here. This guy here, let's just reduce this one back. For now, we'll come back to it then and make a decision. This guy, take that off. here. I think I'll take these two of these out. Even just this one. Do I want this one? Maybe not. I'll get rid of him as well. Now we've got this big branch growing back here. So I'm going to take this one. Do it a bit at a time first. So I'll just take it back to here first. Let's see. Let's go further. Here. I've got this one kind of crossing, so I'm going to take that one right back as well. I want this one shorter. What's this in here? That's coming from there. I'm trying to decide, do I want to shorten this one at the top? I think so. Shorten that one back. And now up here, I think I can shorten this one back a little bit. To there. Okay, so I think that's pretty much okay. Just having a look at it now. It's kind of only just starting now on creating pads, so they are a bit kind of angled up and things, but that we can correct over time as we're pruning. I think that's okay. I think we're pretty good with them now. Like I said, I'll try and get some fresh moss on this when I get a chance to find some. But right now, I'll just give it a good soaking, I think. Try and get some moisture in up here. But they seem to be still growing okay, even though there isn't a lot. Same with this guy. So all this moss has dried out, kind of gone a bit crispy. But it should be okay. Now, the tray. I don't know, is it worth doing anything to the tray? Maybe put a little bit of sand on just to clean it up. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay, so we'll put that one out and we'll bring in another tray and have a look at it. Okay, so my first update is going to be my crab apple. I'm just going to, you can see some of these branches are getting pretty long, so I just want to juice them off. Take them back now. There isn't many, it's just 2 or 3 of them, but they're just sticking out of the profile a bit. So we'll just take them back. You see there's quite a lot of apples on it. They're just starting to turn red now. They'll go red eventually. on the Danes. It's looking good. Everything else seems fine on it. I just needed to prune them off, so I thought I'd bring it in for a little update. That's the back of it. Slowly but surely the soil, when I'm watering it, is getting pushed more and more to the back. I do keep this over a shallow tray of water. It literally just touches the bottom of the pot, the water. But just so when I water it, it kind of holds a bit of water in the pot for a little while before eventually the water level drops, so that it drains it out completely. Yeah, so it's looking good. I like it. It's really filled out nicely this year. It's got, like I said, quite a few apples on it. So I think because I have it in the tray, I repotted it as well this year. It was in a kind of shallower tray. It showed more roots, which didn't look great. Hasn't got the best of roots, but down lower. But here it's spreads out nicely, and it kind of tapers in before it branches out quickly then. But yeah, it's definitely a lot healthier this year between the repotting and keeping it in a very shallow tray. Like I said, the water, the tray is literally just comes to here. So when I water it, the water drains, fills the tray, so it's just touching the drainage holes, I would say. And within maybe half a day, then it's dropped below that, and then it drains, but it's just holding a little bit more moisture in the soil, because it is in kind of quite an open spot where you get a lot of sun on it. So yeah, so we'll put that one out and we'll grab another tree. Okay, so lastly is this juniper. It's Nitagawa juniper. I have it, you can see, planted in there, and it's coming over the side of the rock, and it's kind of, you see, quite twisty in there. When I got the tree, it was that way up, so I didn't like it, so I tilted the tree over, wired down the branches and stuff, and I planted it on this rock. So it's looking good. It's been doing quite well on it. I would say the roots by this stage have come down the rock and into the tray below. It's just a little tray I made. I just screwed some little feet on it. The reason why I brought it in is because I de-wired it maybe about a week or two ago, and never get the roots out of them. Wood sorrel. Yeah, I de-wired it. I like to kind of, when they've been wired for a while, I like to de-wire them and just leave them then to rest for a couple of months before I rewire them again. Just let any bit of biting that's been, the wire's been biting in or anything, let that fill out and cover, and that way then you're not rewiring over like kind of fresh scars. You let the scars heal. Just a few weeds. A little fern growing in here. Looks nice there. When I have little trays like this that I put the rocks in, most time I don't drill holes in them. I leave the tray, and that way then it holds moisture. It's like basically having like a tray of water underneath. So, because up here would dry out very quickly, but you can see the moss is nice and green still because it draws the moisture up. Eventually it does dry out, but to have a little reservoir at the bottom so that the moss and that can draw the moisture up to your tree. Yeah, you can see the roots there just coming down into the tray. I suppose it kind of depends on the tray and stuff. If it was a deep tray and stuff, maybe then I would drill some holes, but when it's just a shallow tray like this, like the sides, it's probably only about that deep from there down, so it's not a deep tray, so the little bit of water it holds normally has dried out pretty much between a hot sunny day. It's more or less dried out by the time I go to water it again, but it's just kept some moisture in the planting, enough to keep the moss green, and that then is helping to keep the roots a bit moist. I found I've covered one of my benches with plastic as well, and what I do is when I went away for a couple of days, I have it slanted slightly so it all drains off. When I water the trees, it all goes through the trees, runs down the end, and all pours off onto a big plant that I have in a big pot. So it kind of waters that then. But because I have it in plastic on the bench, when I went away, because there's a back on the bench, I put a lip on the back on the front. So then when I went away for a few days, I actually could water the trees, but I clamped a piece of wood on the end, so that then, even though it was dry and sunny for the 2 days I was away, when I watered the trees it filled the whole bench with basically a shallow tray of water. And I put my trees that needed that extra bit of water that I didn't want to dry out completely, put them in it, and it worked great. It filled the whole bench basically with water, and the trees were just sitting there then in a shallow dish of water outside. The whole bench was just filled, so it was very handy. So it kind of worked similar to this. There's a little very small reservoir of water, trees up here, but it's drawing some moisture up. Okay, so that's cleaned it off a bit. Now all I need to do is just prune off. You see all these growing tips. I'm just going to go around and prune all these guys off. I won't worry about styling the tree now. I'll do that when I put wire on it again. But I will just clean these guys off. It's a bit of juvenile foliage there, we'll get rid of that too. So it's kind of, you can see it's kind of all relaxed now, the tree. This branch maybe do away with. Get rid of this branch when I do decide to restyle it. And now I'm just cleaning it up, and we'll let that recover and grow. There's just a few little scars. You can see the scars in there maybe. You can see them now. So they'll all have time now to heal over before I go put more wire on it. Sometimes you miss it and they start biting in. So I'm not showing the tree or anything, so if it's a bit messy looking for a couple of months while it recovers and heals up, that's okay by me. these guys off because we don't want them shooting out and draining energy from the rest of the branch behind it. To try and keep the foliage tight, so to do that you need to not let these guys run. You can see there how this one is starting to run and it's getting thinner and thinner, so we don't want that happening. Get rid of it. Okay, so yeah, it's really filled out. This looks quite well, I think. Like I said, we may get rid of this branch now when we redo it, we style it. I actually think these are rocks I collected, I found, and it's actually two rocks. This one was flat on the surface, so I kind of jammed it up against this one. So there's just a very small crack kind of basically between the two. They're mostly the same rocks and they match well, and the moss has grown over them quite good. I might get another little fern and put it in this hole here, and maybe we can redo the moss up the top here. There's actually a hole that goes, you can see that hole there goes all the way through that rock. See there, it goes all the way down, straight through there, you see it coming out. So yeah, if we could plant a little fern in there maybe, something. But yeah, interesting rocks. So yeah. Okay, so I think we'll call this video done. We've done quite a bit there now today. A few trees, sort them out a little bit. We'll leave it at that. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.